Hey, this is Dara. I am talking to you from a conference. It's actually a summit that I'm attending this weekend, and it's in Asheville, North Carolina, and it's called the Southeastern Transgender Health Summit. And I am here because I was invited to speak, and so I gave a presentation, and it had to do with how do you help your client navigate their gender identity journey. So there's a lot of mental health practitioners who are attending this conference. There's also a lot of medical health practitioners attending the conference. And the reason I wanted to make this video is because, as I just mentioned, the conference, the summit is in North Carolina. And there were a lot of people that were surprised, for one, that the conference was even going to be held. I'm just going to call it a conference. That the conference was even going to be held in North Carolina, and that I was going to go to it instead of protesting it. And long story short, in case you're not sure why, it's because of a bill that was passed, House Bill 2, which is very, very damaging, discriminatory, hateful, etc. towards the LGBT community, especially those who are transgender, and insisting upon that people have to use the bathroom that aligns with the gender on their birth certificate. So a lot of different people, a lot of different organizations have boycotted North Carolina because of this. So what I wanted to be sure to tell you is that to not assume that everybody in North Carolina is like that, and I'm sure a lot of you know that, but I have experienced firsthand here in Asheville something so amazing. First of all, I didn't realize how cool Asheville is as a city. It has this feeling and flavor to it that is just delightful. I mean, for me personally, I just love it. The downtown was very alive with restaurants, and there was a drum circle going on in the middle of the park. There were people that were just seemed like, oh, street performers. So it's kind of like a mini New York City, but a little different. And then there's like this art district that I got to visit last night for dinner, and I did a book signing and a book reading at a queer bookstore. The people who are from Asheville, the people who live here, love Asheville, and they love it because it is so special. They said that Asheville is surrounded by, even just a few miles away outside of Asheville, there are very, very conservative types of folks, including things like rebel flags. And so Asheville is, I've heard it called here, it's like a little bubble of safety. People who don't live in Asheville come to Asheville because they know they're going to be welcome and accepted. There's people here who came from Alabama and South Carolina, and they're just like blown away by how amazing Asheville is as a place in the South that can be filled with so many progressive thinkers and ideas and equality and all of that. It is present here. So yeah, that's why I came here, because I wanted to be able to teach the people here, not just in Asheville, but from the surrounding areas, who wanted to come here to learn more about working with the transgender population. I wanted to come here and share my knowledge with them. So that, for one, has been incredibly rewarding for me, because this is so very much needed here in this area. And I've learned so much myself at this conference, and I would think by now I've learned a lot that I can learn about, because I've been going to so many of these conferences over the course of my career the last few years. But I've learned a lot about myself. I don't know if you know who this is, but Aiden Kennedy Olson, he's a gender therapist in California, and he gave a couple of presentations that changed my life. He really touched me a lot by the information that he shared about working with parents of transgender kids and transgender kids. And his wife, Joanna, she also talked about her work as a medical professional. I mean, the two of them alone were just jaw-dropping experiences for me to be able to hear what they had to share, and it really ignites inside of me more passion to want to help. I thought I had enough passion, but nope, there's always room for more, because especially hearing more about the parents and the kids who are transgender and how very much help they need and support. Yep, it's definitely impacted me a lot. I also had a chance to think a lot more about myself as identifying as non-binary, and the more that I'm in spaces like this, the more I can continue to understand myself and my own identity. And there, again, it's probably too much to go into right now, but there's a lot that I've been thinking about that I'll share in some future videos. But basically, I just wanted to answer the question that a lot of people ask me: why is there this conference happening in North Carolina that's for transgender people, to help transgender people, and why are you going to it instead of boycotting it? So it turns out Asheville, North Carolina is, in more ways than one, an amazing place. And I guess I'm not really supposed to say that too much, because they don't want too many people to then move here. But at least come visit sometime if you can. So that's really what I wanted to make sure that I got across to you, is that coming here, and especially being present for those who are living in the South, who are wanting to be of help to the community, it's really important that we continue to not leave them out of the discussion. Yeah, they have some really crappy laws that are in place, but there's so many people that aren't okay with it, and we need to be there to support them. So that was my spiel for today, and I be interested to see if you have any thoughts about this in the comments below. And as always, if you want to be sure you're alerted to when I make new videos, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for listening, as always. And as always, take care.